Hey everyone, welcome back for another workout of the day. Today is 4 rounds for time. It is called Empire. It is 5 slam balls, 10 ab rollers, 15 kettlebell swings, 20 ab twists, 25 air squats, and 30 double unders or 60 singles. So we're going to go through all of those movements and the modifications, and then you can get started. Okay, so our first movement is going to be our slam ball burpee. So we're going to take our slam ball. We want to make sure when we're doing slam balls that we are coming down into a squat to pick it up. So we don't want to bend over because that's going to really hurt our lower back. So we want to come down. It's going to be engaging our whole body here. So we're going to pick it up on either side of the slam ball. We're pick it up on either side in a squat. Our chest is up, and we're going to bring it all the way up overhead till our hands are straight. And we're going to come back down, following it down as we're coming down into that squat. And then we're going to stay on that ball and do a push-up and come back up and so forth. Now, if you want to modify this, you can do a slam ball. You can either go on the outside and touch your chest. Now, depending on how, this is a bigger slam ball, so it's higher. You can also do it on the side of the slam ball and come up. You can do a half burpee where you're on the slam ball, come out, come back. So you really want to keep them chained together. We don't want to do 1, 2. We want to really stay on that ball the whole time. Now, if you don't have a slam ball, you can use a med ball. Remember, med balls are a little bouncier, a little higher. Same position, come down, come all the way up. And really make sure that you're keeping that ball you're in your hand so it's not rolling all over the place. Or if you don't have a slam ball or anything like that, you can also just do 5 burpees. Okay, the next movement is going to be our ab roller. Again, I always say this, but if you don't have an ab roller in your home gym, great investment. We're going to be kneeling. Our legs are going to be crossed. We're going to keep that core really tight and engaged as we roll out and bring our hands out, our arms out straight. Our arms are never bent. Keep those arms straight. Come out using those abs to pull you in and out. Modifications, if you don't have an ab roller, you can do inchworms. So we're going to just inch our way out, stretching, coming back in, really squeezing those abs as you're doing those movements, and switch arms, the ones that you're reaching. Okay, the next movement is going to be your kettlebell swing. So important things to know. We're going to be slightly wider than hip width apart. We want the outside of our wrist to touch the inside of our thigh. That's how far back we're coming. If we're touching above that wrist, that means you're probably doing one of 2 things. 1, you could be coming down into a squat, which is not what we want to do. Or you can be coming back too far, which is not what we want to do. That's going to really cause some lower back pain there. So we want how to prevent that. We're coming back with our hips. So if you're standing there, you're going to bend at the hips and come down this way. So now my knees are slightly bent. They're not bent more than slightly. And my arms are coming back inside to outside. And we're going to come up to about eye height. So how do we get the kettlebell up to eye height? Do we pull it? No, we don't. We are going to use our glutes and our hamstrings to really thrust that kettlebell up. So we're never pulling. It's not a pull with your arms. If you're finding the kettlebell only coming up a little bit or not where you want it, you really got to engage those glutes and those hamstrings just a little bit more to get that momentum to get it up. So, suggestion to understand your body awareness. A great thing to do is to have a mirror or videotape yourself and see what you're doing, right? Is your back straight? Are you coming back to where you're supposed to be? Are you going too far? Are you squatting? Where are your hips? And where does the kettlebell come up to? So this is what it looks like. And it's just a nice smooth movement. If you don't have a kettlebell, you can use a dumbbell, and it's the same thing, just with the dumbbell. If you don't have any of those, but you have your bands at home, awesome. Use something that is a little bit more resistant. You're gonna step on the band and you're gonna pull it through your legs. So you're gonna grip it with 2 hands and you're gonna use those glutes and those hands to pull up. You wanna really squeeze those glutes at the top of the pole. Our ab twist. So more abs. We want to be in a nice V position. So the only thing that's touching the ground is our butt. We're gonna lean back. We're gonna engage those abs, and we're gonna come back and forth. Now this would be the modified version with no weight, or you can use a plate, a kettlebell, your slam ball, dumbbell, and just really keeping those abs tight and going back and forth, keeping that weight in. You don't want to be swinging it around. It's going to cause some pleasurable feelings, if you will. Okay. Our air squats. So this is not a weighted exercise here. This is just your body weight. So we're taking our feet and we're placing them slightly wider and hip width apart, or about hip width apart, depending on where you're at in life. We're going to point our toes slightly outward so they're not straight and forward, because when they're straight and forward, we bring our knees straight and forward. It's not what we want, because what happens when we bring our knees straight and forward, you can feel your body. Again, here's that body awareness. You can feel your body start to rock forward, bringing your body weight onto the balls of your feet. Taking the weight off we want your feet to be centered and flat, and the weight coming down in the middle. So how do we do that? We point our toes slightly outward and we bring our knees out. We're going to push our knees out, keeping that chest up. And we're going to come all the way up and lock up out at the top, come back down. We want to come down to about parallel. So parallel is this part of our leg here is parallel to the ground, or we can go slightly lower depending on your mobility. What I don't want is for you to try to get super low and your feet coming up, your heels coming off the ground. We want to stay flat-footed. So if we're having trouble there, we might look at our hip mobility, our knee mobility, and or our ankle mobility, and start to kind of work on some exercise to improve that. There really isn't too many modifications for this. You can sit to a chair or a bench, but just slightly sit on it. Don't put your whole weight. What we don't want is for you to sit down and rock yourself up. We want to just come down, touch slightly, just knowing where we are in case we feel unstable. The last movement is our double under. So it is our jump rope. We're passing under our feet twice before landing, hence the name double under. There's no need to demo this one, but a few key tips is really understanding the rhythm of the double under. It is 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's not, you don't have to just whip that jump rope around to get it. It's a nice even rhythm. It's all in the wrist here, so we're not swinging our hands around. We're flicking our wrist to get the jump rope around, and we just want to hold. We don't want to grip fully on the handles of the jump rope. We just want to have about 3 fingers at the edge of the handle, and that's going to help you. So if you cannot do double unders, that's okay. You can do regular jump ropes, just passing under once, and just double that and make it 60 singles. If you don't have a jump rope, not ready to jump rope, that's okay. You can do jumping taps. So we're going to simulate the double under by doing that same rhythm that we just talked about. We're going to tap twice before landing. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, and you can, depending on where you're at there, you can either do 30 or you can do 60 or somewhere in between. It is up to you to challenge yourself. That is the workout. We're going to do all those things 4 times and mark down your times, weights, and movements, and revisit this and see how you progressed. Good luck.